The reading for December 9th in Advent is 2 Peter chapter 3, verses 8 to 15. This translation comes from the Message. Don't overlook the obvious here, friends. With God, one day is as good as 1,000 years. 1,000 years as a day. God isn't late with his promise as some measure lateness. He is restraining himself on account of you, holding back the end because he doesn't want anyone lost. He's giving everyone space and time to change. But when the day of God, judgment comes, it will be unannounced, just like a thief. The sky will collapse with a thunderous bang, everything disintegrating into a huge conflagration, earth and all its works exposed to the scrutiny of judgment. Since everything here today might well be gone tomorrow, do you see how essential it is to live a holy life? Daily expect the day of God. Eager for its arrival, the galaxies will burn up and the elements melt down that day. But we'll hardly notice. We'll be looking the other way, ready for the promised new heavens and the promised new earth, all landscaped with righteousness. So, my dear friends, since this is what you have to look forward to, do your very best to be found living at your best in purity and peace. Interpret our Master's patient restraint for what it is, salvation. As I was reflecting on this passage for Advent, the time of the thief seems to arrive with a very loud noise. This cacophony sounds like the beginning of a post-apocalyptic movie on Netflix, and as is the wont of our sacred scriptures, the tension between paradox, if not outright contradiction, is ripe in this passage we've just heard. I don't believe it's inviting us to solve it as a Gordian Knot, but it's an invitation into the path of the disciple, who is both mystic and teacher. When the kingdom arrives, how it does and how we know it has isn't our task. I believe we're fashioned to endeavor to nurture and care for Creator's creation. How we do this is modeled in the choices we make in regard to how we treat ourselves and our relations. In this Advent season, I believe the best mirror that illustrates the punchline I hear from Peter is the state of our children. As you walk into this day of possibility and potential, the gauge of our life lived as essentially holy is whether the children for whom we are invited to care are thriving or dying. As we await this promise, which will arrive in the most wee and vulnerable infancy, what does a holy life of purity and peace mean for you? And so let me close our time together with this prayer. Holy One, in whom we have our beginning and our ending, which never comes to an end, may we be your divine agents, making space for new things in the midst of joys anticipated and challenges unforeseen. As we wait for a gift for which we long, yet know not when it shall arrive, may we be those who bear light into shadows, care into hurting, helping amidst struggles, and joy in somber sorrow. Though we know not when the stars shall blaze, when creation Hosanna shall sing, may our choices today anticipate life as a holy and blessed journey, in which we liberation thrive, so all your people shall live in the promise beginning now. May it be so.